Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How are we all doing on this Tuesday morning? Hope you guys are all doing well. This is Reganelite here. Hello, everyone. How you guys doing? Hope you guys doing well. Hope you like that little intro thing. I'm gonna be yeah. I've found like yesterday. I found like a free intro clip. A free clip website where you can make your own clips for free, completely for free. And I've been playing about with it, so I've got new intro and outro videos, which you guys saw yesterday on live streams, and you obviously saw just now was there as well. So I have good news and I have bad news. So let me know what. So I have some good news and I have some bad news about things that have happened to me. So let me know what you guys want to hear first. But today is Tuesday, the 14th of October, 2025. Hope you guys are all doing well. 11 a.m. I keep saying that. I don't know why I keep saying that. I just can't help myself, guys. I just keep saying, how are you guys all doing? Hope you guys are all doing well. Billy Kershaw, hope you're doing well. Good morning to the fellow Badgers as well. Person impersonator there. Monk MC1, and McGuinness is losing the plot. Nah, he's just expressing his frustration and his emotion, and he's by right to do so. You know, and I totally... It's hard for me to... It's hard for me to do that as well, sometimes to do that as well. And I feel that pain, I feel that anger, you know, because when you see things that are happening around the world and all you can do is talk about it, it's hard, you know, it's hard, you know. Ellie, good to see you there. Hope you are doing it well. Scott Hayes, good to see you there. Alison Keir, one of our moderators. Thank you so much for your support yesterday. I really appreciate it. Very generous of you, my friend. I hope you are doing well. Alan Arnold there, good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. Sandy McLean, good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. Good morning, Dave McGuinness. A great show. Thank you. Thank you for the plugs. Hope you are doing well, my friend. I hope you have a great day as well. Wee Bud, good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. Alliston, thank you so much for the £2 super chat. Peter, good to see you there. Hope you are doing well as well. Excuse me. Alison Keir is giving 5 gifted memberships there. 5 gifted memberships to Critical Thinking Cap, Louise McGee, Firestarter, Terry Regan, and Paul Fletcher there. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. Just the good news? Okay, you want just the good news? All right, Ellie, I'll give you the just the good news then. The good news is I got my Facebook account back. I got my personal Facebook account back. And when I did, I thought I lost my wrestling page when I did. So I've only found out last night that I got my personal account back, and I thought I lost my wrestling page. From late last night to this morning, I was absolutely gutted that I have over 25,000 followers on there, and I actually was earning money from it, and I actually thought I lost the page. And it turned out the last hour and a half or so, I realised that all I needed to do was reactivate the page, and it wasn't deleted. So, this morning I've been doing a lot of content on there, just trying to get that out, trying to catch up on it, guys. So that's the good news. The good news is I haven't. The good news is that's the good news for me, of course. The bad news is, of course, which Dave McGuinness and the chat kind of highlighted is, unfortunately, it seems like the ceasefire is already broken. Which we were going to cover UK news, but I'm going to cover this specific news as well. But before we do, we obviously have the weather report, which we'll look into, and we're also going to look at today's daily quota, which we will do right now, guys. So here it is. Here is today's daily quota for the 14th of October here. If you can read that, if you can't. So I showed them to you so you know that I don't lie about today's daily quota. You know exactly what it is. And if I mispronounce it and then that, you can tell me off in the chat as well. So that's the other thing as well. So here it is, the unknown quote, guys. So you notice people who are happy for your happiness and sad for your sadness. They're the ones who deserve special places in your heart. You notice people who are happy for your happiness and sad for your sadness, and they're the ones who deserve special places in your heart. That is so true. That is so true. And you know what? I can resonate that with some of you guys, and for some of you guys and girls in the chat who have been with me for a long time. I resonate that. You know, when I have bad times or whatever, you guys say really nice things to lift me up, and when things go well, you guys big me up again. So I feel that a lot from some of you guys in the chat. I really do. So I hope that resonates, that quote, with not just with me and you guys, but maybe somebody that you care about and know about in life. There, very lovely quote there for today. And we will see tomorrow's one tomorrow, as always, guys. Peter M, thank you so much for that, for £2 super chat. For the sea shandals, you'll be singing later. I'm not sure I'll be doing any singing. Thank you. Maybe if my voice was a little bit better, perhaps maybe Tim Bristol of the Bin podcast said he wouldn't mind chatting about wrestling. You know, if you can get him to reach out to me in any way, shape, or form. You know, my contact details are available on the page. Yeah, I'm more than happy to sit and chat with him and talk non-stop about wrestling. Definitely there. Daily quote or daily quote? That's a good question. Reg, good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. Billy interested. I forgot he liked wrestling and DM Reganelite about co-hosting. Yeah, yeah. If he wants to reach out for me. Reach out to me. That's very, very good indeed. What? What do you mean? Oh no! How dare you? The BBC. What have you done? Give me the map. They've changed it. Unless I sign in, they won't let me look at it now. Wow. Okay, that sucks. Wow. Okay, I literally just opened up the app and just assumed it would take me there, and it hasn't, guys. It says I have to download the weather app. No, I am not doing that. I am not doing that. No. Oh, that really sucks, guys. We are not getting the weather reports anymore. Wow, BBC. That's so cruel. That's very, very cruel of them, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I was not expecting that from them. I will see what I can do with regards to the BBC. But what I can do is I can show you the weather. I know it's not ideal because none of you, probably most of you, are not in London, but I will give you roughly the weather around here. So at the moment in London, it's 14 degrees. Highest temperatures will be 16. Cloudy all day. No rain forecast. For the next 10 days, there's not going... today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's just cloudy. Maximum temperature 16 degrees most days. However, next week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're expecting a lot of showers. Is probably what we're going to be doing there. So... use the Met Office instead, says Russell Cannon. Let me have a little Google. Let's give me the map. If you give me the map, I just want the map. I don't want anything fancy. I just want a map. Like they had there. Oh, no, I can't work with that. I'll need to have a fiddle about with it. We'll have to leave the weather for today. That's going to be on one of my notes. Let me literally do that now so I don't forget. Weather app. I'll put that on my to-do list. That is on my to-do list. So apologies, guys. No weather today. But pretty much it's the same as what it was yesterday when we briefly looked at it anyway, to be fair, guys. So... Right, let's talk about this story. I did want to cover UK news specifically, but I want to talk about this story, obviously. So, going to go straight to Al Jazeera on this. Let's see here. So, if you just join us, here's the latest developments. Israeli forces have killed 5 Palestinians in the Shariga neighborhood of Gaza City. They said a group had approached its soldiers before being targeted. 2 Palestinians have been wounded in Israeli fire in Khan Yunis. Despite continued Israeli attacks, Trump said the Gaza ceasefire agreement will bring lasting peace to the Middle East. Blah, 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 blah. Historic day. Palestinians released from Israeli prison Monday were beaten and humiliated while more than 10,000 remain unlawfully in jail. Of course, this is not surprising whatsoever. Here, the Israeli military carried out overnight raids in several West Bank cities. Again, I'm not surprised by any of this, unfortunately. Here. So this is where it is for a source from Gaza's military services. Unspecified number of Palestinians were wounded by Israeli fire. Earlier, 5 Palestinians were killed in Israeli. So we don't know the full details, but it's literally only just happened recently. Let me see if we can got any other stories here. Yeah, this was only about an hour ago. The Israeli army confirmed killing individuals, claiming they were approaching its soldiers when targeted. Sounds a bit fishy to me. Sounds very, very fishy to me. Very fragile indeed. We'll talk about it more later on today on Global News, guys. I will cover it more on Global News there, but that is Oh, let me just take that link. Go to site. What is this? What is this Alliston Keir has provided me? Taking 5 hours to load up. I don't know. It's not opening up. I'm worried that it's freezing my live stream there. It's nothing's coming up apart from. I mean, it's got the website, but it's just got a blank grey screen. So it's not. It might be because I'm live streaming, my friend. I do appreciate the link. But we'll leave it for now. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Thank you. Yeah, to be fair, I should just look out my own bloody window, as Peter says. Yeah, I should do. It's shit. There you go. That's the weather report from London. There we go. That's the weather report from London. Right, anyway, back to UK news. So here we go from the Telegraph here. Let's see what they're saying here. The Tory graph or the Reform graph or the bollocks graph here. Private insurance on their front ad. What a surprise. Peace 2025. Trump, now let's end the Ukraine war. Good luck with that. Donald Trump is set to meet President Zelensky on Friday in the White House. That's going to be very interesting indeed. I covered this a bit on Patreon. The video coming out today at 12. So it's just Zelensky as well. So the last time Zelensky was at the White House was a couple of months ago, but the EU leaders were there to make sure that there was nothing really going to be happening, that you weren't going to have a rehash of what happened in February between Zelensky and Trump. But this Friday, actually, Zelensky is just going to the White House. And obviously the story is obviously he's going to be trying to get approval for Tomahawk missiles to launch inside Russia, which I think Trump should do, approve of, because we need to push. Because if Donald Trump is serious about ending the war in Ukraine, he needs to push the needle somehow on Putin. Because right now, Putin and Russia aren't moving on anything whatsoever, so they kind of need to move the needle somewhere. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Was that the weather report or just a general comment about London? That was me looking out the window, Reg. That was just me looking out the window. Well, I'll have a look at it more later on today, Alliston. Thank you for the link. I will have a look at it more, the Gaza, later on today. Thank you for it. Appreciate it. And for the £2 super chat. So surge in small boat migrants fleeing Gaza war for Britain. Southport killer was assessed by MI5 officers 5 years before the attack. That's not good. So you knew about him 5 years ago, and yet he still happened. Woman cut down Israeli hostage ribbons because they intimidated her. What? That sounds a bit suspicious. Gavin Stacey Styles shoulder couldn't act because she's Welsh. What? What the hell's that got to do with it? I do have to bear in mind, this is the Tory graph here. Immortality beckons for Netanyahu, but so does a prison cell. He's not going to be immortal. Don't be so dumb. 3 Italian police officers killed in an explosion. Every Israeli hostage released by Hamas, then and now. Russia mocked over a broken submarine in English Channel. Oh, they had a broken submarine in the English Channel. Oh, that sounds funny. Palestinian who raped and murdered 13-year-old to be free. Hey, what about the Israelis who raped and murdered Palestinians in the Israeli prisons? Yeah, don't say anything about them. Just saying. Just saying. Tommy Robson stopped at border driving Bentley with thousands in cash. Council removed St George's flags, then blame Storm Amy. No, it's because it's against the law to put them on lamppost. Obviously, you don't. Obviously, you don't know that. London's bus is infected with cockroaches. This is 100% bullshit. I not only can I validate that that London buses are not infected with cockroaches, but I know many of Regan's colleagues said if there were even an ounce of a bug on a bus, I would know about it. This is absolute bollocks. And in fact, they've got some new buses. They've had new buses, new electric buses, and they look so damn good with air conditioning as well as USB ports to charge your chargers as well on some of the new buses. So yeah, that's 100% bollocks there with infected with cockroaches. So it might have been like one bus with one person or a small group of people, and someone let out a cockroach, and they just assume that every single bus is infected with it. And just for reference, I can't open any of these articles, even if I wanted to, because they're all behind a paywall. And I'm not giving Telegraph my money, and I shouldn't be giving the Telegraph money anyway. Thank you, Alison Keir, for the £2 super chat there. Did the small boats come to rescue of the sub? Yes, the small boat migrants went to the Russian submarine to help them out. Yeah. Oh, here it is. They got a picture of it. Russians mocked over broken submarine in the English Channel. Ha ha. Had to do that. Sorry. Parents banned from school sports for shouting abuse at children. Oh dear. How many was that, chat? How many sneezes was that? Oh, that was too many. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. God, I feel fragile after that. How many sneezes was that? Was that about 8? It's definitely a high number. They have sneezes. Did anyone count? Did anyone count how many sneezes I've done there? I actually unmuted before I realised I actually have one more sneeze. Thank you again, Alison Keir, for the £2 super chat. Appreciate it. Sorry, give me 1 second, guys, to refresh myself. Oh, dear. 9? 9? Crikey, I lost count. Billy, you lost count. 9? Oh. Am I ever going to hit 10? That's the question. You need to hit 10. Oh, no. Why did you leave without the key? Oh, you better not be back before my live stream. I'm going to be really mad. 9, I think. Yeah, okay. But yeah, this is... Russian submarine broke down. That's funny. Anything else here? TV industry run by Oxbridge gang, says Grange Hill creator. Okay, sure. I'm sure. Anyway, it's a lot of nonsense. We can have a look at the front of the UK if there's anything else. Trans toilet brand risk breaking ECA HR rules. Okay. Restart spy cases. Labour declare China a threat. Tories demand. Not going to take anything the Tories say seriously, and nobody should. No, 1 year for £25. Hell no. Not even for £1, yeah, would I pay them. Not even for £1, guys. Margaret Thatcher would have backed Brexit, says Son. I don't care what Margaret Thatcher thinks. She's dead, and let's leave her down there. The £18 prostate cancer test that could save thousands of lives. That sounds good. Anything to save lives is always a good thing. Public must be told the full truth of the China spying debate. Yep, that's true. And I think that's all the stories we can take out of the Telegraph for your own sanity, guys, as well. For your own sanity. Thank you for the blessings, guys. Appreciate it. Don't know where that all come from, but there you go. Right, let's have a look at the Times here. Let's see what they got here on the front of politics. Woman who cut hostage ribbon said it was a stance against genocide. Nidia Yarman claims she was ignorant of the date when she removed yellow bows for victims of Hamas the day before the anniversary of October the 7th. Thatcher was pro-EU, wasn't she? Yes, she was pro-EU, but I wouldn't be surprised if she was on the side. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if she was on the Leave side in this day and age, because it would benefit her politically. Would not have been surprised whatsoever. Treatment of trans people may breach ECHR, ministers have been told. And accused of pure fabrication over Chinese spy case claims. No conference poll bows for either Tories or Labour. Yeah, because they've done bugger all. People are tired with them. Reform hit 250,000 members. Like I think the report came out. They tweeted out yesterday as well. Oh, by the way, the Greens hit over 105,000 members as well. So they're like 15, 20, roughly 1,000 members off from surpassing the Conservatives, which would be awesome if they do that. Starmer Duke votes and 5 more claims in explosive new book. Okay. Labour to bulldoze barriers to building in sweeping overhaul. Thousands of homes given faulty installation through government scheme. This really frustrates me if that's the case. The faulty installations. That really is very concerning indeed. I'm glad we can now admit Brexit is a problem. Well, why couldn't you admit it before, West Streeting? Why not? Answers on a postcard, please. More than a dozen countries back the UK on reforming ECHR to ease deportations. Yep, they don't mind reforms, but not leaving. The majority still want us to stay. France blamed Starmer on the Reform Councillor. We talked about that yesterday. US envoy praises the UK Guard's role. We talked about that yesterday. Ministers must delay single-sex guidance. They're not helping the trans community in any way, shape or form with this. In any way, shape or form, they're not helping anyone. They are. Reeves urged to levy one-off wealth tax in budget. Leading think tank has called on the Chancellor to avoid half-baked fixes to the tax system to close the budget deficit. A one-off wealth tax is not gonna fix the problem. You're not gonna fix the problem there. And Farage should abandon Reform's manifesto. Big pledges. We talked about that yesterday in some of the language that came out of Richard Tice's mouth. Yeah, I did put you guys through that yesterday, and I do apologise. Right, let's have a look and see what the Financial Times says. Student passports shared online by overseas recruitment agencies. FT analysis reveals potential breach of UK rules over handling of personal data. So, at a time when they're talking about digital ID and wanting to advance the idea of digital ID, you have a story like this from the Financial Times. Now, unfortunately, I cannot open the story because I really would want to open it. But we're talking about, again, personal data being handled overseas. Now, of course, this ain't the same thing, but this ain't the same thing as digital ID. But still, this once again screams of, like, our data is not safe. This is what it screams to me. However, it was pointed out in chat yesterday that Platineer are not interested in handling the data for the digital ID scheme that Labour government are planning to bring out, which is interesting. Ministers say civil servants made evidence decision by failed spy China spy case. That's an explainer on the right. Not interested in that. CEOs must prepare companies for cyber attacks as UK agency. If you didn't know that, if you didn't know that already, you should have known that already. Business leaders should have already been ready for this. They should have been ready for cyber attacks ages ago. And if they get hacked, it's their own fault for not upgrading their systems. It's really as simple as that. You have to upgrade your systems over every now and then. If you don't, it's your own fault. Sorry, I don't have sympathy for companies if they don't upgrade their systems. Former Blair advisor appointed to lead a new UK workers' rights agency. Okay, maybe those who are really, really struggling. Okay, maybe I will for them. UK planning bill amendments added with new powers to tackle blockers. UK government seeks to persuade the OBR that reform package will generate growth ahead of the budget. So basically, you're trying to tweak the OBR to basically saying that what you're going to be proposing is a good thing. Okay, sure. Tommy Robinson said Musk is paying his legal costs in counter-terrorism trial. Fire activist accused and refuses to give his mobile phone pin to the police. Yeah, because it's got the data that we need. They should just confiscate it from him. They really need to get that information off him. Let's have a quick look at our homepage here for the Financial Times. And they want everyone else to stand bound. Brexit slams China. How Brexit drained the Tory talent pool. Germany to allow retirees to earn that €2,000 a month tax-free. Revolts full UK banking license held up by concern over global risk controls. Short sellers blame retail investors for the worst returns since 2020. That's not good. BlackRock assets under management surge as Wall Street earnings kick off. The big read: gold major spreads around the world. Yep, gold is if you have gold, it's only going up in value. Invest in gold is the message that they have there. I do not have investment in gold. I'm sorry to say, guys. US and UK immigration lawyers enjoying the boom time. Yeah, it's good money for them. All these legal cases for lawyers. Yeah, they're making a hell of amount of money off it. JP Morgan backs America First push worth up to $10 billion of investment. Investors confront top of European defense startup Hypercycle. Any other interesting stories? Taylor Swift. Sorry, not interested in her. Former Blair advisor appointed to lead the new UK workers' rights agency. How can you not tell me there's not connections there? I think digital ID should be an opt-in. That sounds more appealing, Ellie, if it's more of an opt-in. That sounds more appealing, but yeah, but they want to kind of say either you're in or you're not. That sounds more realistic. We need to know the details of it before anything else there. That's for sure. All right, let's have a look at see what the iPaper are saying for us. We're going to cover world news later on today at 6 o'clock, guys. So if you want to join me for global news, feel free to do so as well. So here is the under politics here for the iPaper. You've got an exclusive here: salary sacrifice for rooftop solar panels in new tax break scheme. Policy may feature in the government's warm home plans, which is expected this month. The iPaper has been told. Can we have a look at this a bit more in detail? Yes, we can. Or you put me behind a paywall. Yeah, put me behind a paywall. Screw you. Ah, that sucks. Northern Rail future on the knife edge as Labour locks leaders out of talks. Is this one behind a paywall as well? Yeah, this one's behind a paywall as well. Okay, so I can't open any iPaper articles. Thank you very much. 98% of homes that use government installation schemes that mould repairs. Northern Ireland peace could be modelled for disarmament under disarming Hamas under Number 10's plans. What the hell has the Northern Ireland peace plan got anything to do with Hamas? What? What you're gonna try? Oh, so I'm assuming you're gonna try and replicate some kind of similar model. Okay, that sounds interesting. I don't. Not so sure about that. It's not exactly the same thing, if I'm honest. Doctor Who's been warning us about cyber attacks since the 60s. That is true, Peter. I'm not a Doctor Who fan myself, but the Doctor has been telling us about this for a long time, and it's only now. Reducing pensions, tax-free lump sums to 100k are high risk. Rees warns. That's exclusive from them. Trump will override opposition to Blair to helping to run Gaza. We don't know what Trump didn't say directly no. He didn't say no to Tony Blair. He said he needs to trust him. He wants to know what people think of him. That's what he said. Context matters. UK travellers facing two-tier entry system under new EU border checks. Yep, and I managed to dodge that. What you need to know about the UK and Blair role in the Gaza peace deal, and explain that there. Let's have a look at the front of here. At least 6 Palestinians killed by Israeli fire after ceasefire breach. Yep, it's all coming out now. The civil war breaking out in Gaza with executions in the streets, apparently. I faced a 3-year NHS wait for hip-hop, and then it had in it leukemia in weeks. 98% of homes that use government installation schemes need mould repairs. 98%. Can I look at this piece? Can I look at this piece, iPaper? No, you won't let me look at this. Fuck you. Sorry, had to say that. Thousands more NHS pensioners you've retired and returned after reform. Don't worry, guys. There will be. We will look at proper. We will be able to look at some articles in other ones. Netanyahu can't back out of the Gaza peace plan. Trump's ego will hold him to it. 2 tiers. Healthcare. Resident doctors caught in the NHS staffing crisis. Cancer drugs and weight loss pills on the NHS will be payoff for Trump's price hike. NHS waiting lists in England rise for a third month in a row. Third month in a row? That's not good. I thought they were coming down. What happened? Well, I suppose we are going into the winter, aren't we? Rising COVID cases see surge in private tests. There's a world news. 3 things you need to know as Trump threatens a 100% tariff on China. Yeah, we spoke a bit about that yesterday. Education. Curb students taking rip-off degrees such as English, says Kemi Badenoch. The region's hardest hit on VAT on private schools revealed. Medical and engineering courses at risk at debt-hit universities look to cut costs, says an exclusive from the iPaper. Support to send students could be cut and class sizes increases higher education sector work. They're already big enough. It's already a struggle right now for teachers with the classes they have. I don't like I've spoken about the proposals that they were looking to do. The possibly removing SEND altogether. I don't like it at all. I just think, like, to me, it feels like more like they're trying to cut costs, yeah, rather than actually thinking about the children in all this. I don't like what Labour are doing around the education system right now. Giant data centres can use as much power as every home in Glasgow and Edinburgh. Jane Goodwell, world's famous conservative, died at age 91. Rest in peace, of course. The areas where water bills are rising by up to £43 a year. Inside reforms plans for fracking and where it could happen. How new take drones are helping Ukraine. Interesting stuff there, guys. We're running through these a lot faster than I thought. We still got half an hour. Oh, well, we're coming to the independent, and we can open up independent stories at least, guys. So that's a good thing at least. Okay, I'm not going to say that comment, but all right. Okay, the pumpkin patch is back to towns. Hobble Down Earth in West London, which is now on. Independent promoting there. I like that story. There you go, guys. Pick your own pumpkins, guys, is what they're promoting. Rattle Johnson blames everyone but himself on migration Boris rave. Oh, okay then. Rattle Boris Johnson blames everyone for himself for the Boris wave of migrants. He attacks Rishi Sunak, David Cameron, but refuses to say the name of Boris of wave accuser Nigel Farage. Oh, he's speaking on the Telegraph, was he? Angry Boris Johnson has defended himself against claims that he was responsible for the big rise in immigration. The former Prime Minister denied that he was to blame for what Nigel Farage called the Boris wave of immigration while he was in Downing Street. Instead, Mr. Johnson criticised the immigration record of fellow Conservative former MPs Rishi Sunak and David Cameron. But what about them? What about David Cameron? What about Rishi Sunak? What about what they did when they were in charge? Any mark of the frosty relations with the Reform leader, Mr. Johnson refused to refer to him by name. Mr. Johnson said his plan to stop the boats by sending illegal migrants to Rwanda would have worked, but Mr. Sunak failed to make a success of the scheme. Would not have worked. Yes, the plan to send them to Rwanda would have been a success under me. I made Brexit work. I would have made Rwanda work. Yes. Okay, sure. Sure, Boris. Sure. And he said Lord Cameron was wrong to declare a specific target for cutting immigration. Mr. Johnson, who was forced to resign as Prime Minister in 2022, became heated when challenged over Mr. Farage claimed that he was responsible for a Boris wave of immigration. Mr. Johnson said, my mandate was to take back control, and that's what I did. No, you didn't. You gave up control. We lost control. Martin, thank you so much for being a member for 15 months. Thank you for being a Snowflake supporter. I really appreciate it. That's fine, Trip. That's fine. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Criticising Mr. Sunak's decision to call an early election in 2024, he continued, Rwanda is the only way to get people back. I don't know why we didn't implement Rwanda. Why did we go to a country before that we had got that done? That was a mistake. Urging Keir Starmer to revive the Rwanda scheme, he said, it was a very good policy. It would have solved the small boats thing. Oh, God. Why are they so insistent on Rwanda? God, I really wish they would just shut up and give up on Rwanda. They're so determined to send our taxpayer money to Rwanda. So much of our taxpayer money. Like, we've already sent more than £1 billion to the Rwandan government. So much money to that corrupt government in Rwanda. And it's not even a safe place for them. He's so desperate for it. Mr. Johnson has defended his record on immigration and distanced himself from the so-called Boris wave of migrants. Former Prime Minister blamed Rishi Sunak for failing to send illegal migrants to Rwanda and suggested Keir Starmer should revive the plan. He said Mr. Sunak had failed to highlight the success of delivering Brexit because of his administration was too busy campaigning on compulsory maths, A-levels, and bagging cigars. Yeah, he was talking a lot. He was talking a lot about the A-level stuff. Really, Rishi Sunak. You know, he's a math fanatic. You know, Sunak is. If only he got his maths up when it came to his polling, you know. That's the only thing he couldn't get right. So in an interview with Telegraph, Mr Johnson became animated when pressed over Mr Farage's remarks last month, what he called the Boris wave of immigration during Mr Johnson's first term in office. Mr Johnson said that his government didn't know how many had come in because of the system we inherited. He went on, we didn't know how many EU students had come back. We didn't know how many people were going to take up either the Ukrainian scheme or Hong Kong scheme, and those numbers were very high. We now have a system that enables us to have zero, and that was not legally possible before. Whatever you say about the government I led, that I made 2 promises, and we restored full democratic legal control of our laws and our borders. No, you didn't. And if the people chose, we can have net zero immigration in the UK. No, you can't. You can't, because the country, the UK would collapse without immigration. So that's also a lie. We took back legal control. Yes, no, we haven't taken back legal control. It's true if you look at the immediate post-COVID years. We've had several things coming together at once. Here we go. Blaming the Ukrainians, the Hong Kong Chinese. It's just blame game, is it? The Ukrainians, the Hong Kong Chinese, and a load of EU students coming back to finish their courses. What people don't look at is the previous year, when we had the lowest ever. Every single government department is saying that we couldn't be sure that the crops were going to be picked in the fields, or the pigs were going to be slaughtered in time for the pigs in blankets at Christmas, or the fuel stations. Do you remember this? I do remember this. I do remember this talk. I do remember all that. Indeed. Thank you, Alison Keir, for gifting 1 membership to Ben Riggins. Very generous of you, my friend. And to Pete's Music has been gifted a membership as well. Thank you so much for those 2 extra gifted memberships. I really appreciate it, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, I like that Boris doesn't want to call Nigel Farage by his name, like doesn't want any association with him. He mocked Reform's leader's stance on Russian placement of Vladimir Putin in the cause of Ukraine war. This is coming from the guy. Isn't this the guy that put in a Russian former KGB guy, or what's his name? Lebanov, was it? Lord of Siberia, into the House of Lords. This is the same prime minister, you know. The reform leader thought Putin was an all-right stand-up guy, so Mr. Johnson said anyone who thinks the war started because of NATO encroaching is out of their mind. At least he said something right there. Mr. Johnson said Lord Cameron was wrong to promise to reduce illegal immigration to tens of thousands. Did you ever hear me saying that during the Brexit campaign? The answer is no, you didn't. He said my mandate was to take back control, and that's what I did. Well, you didn't take back control. That's why you got kicked out of office. Also, you were partying while we all died as well, Boris. So you might want to not forget that as well. MI5 was MPs that are being targeted by China and Russia. We shouldn't be surprised by that. Labour MPs warned government digital ID scheme will unnecessarily cost support. Backbenchers told Liz Kimball that the scheme will not stop illegal migration. It won't. The government is risking losing support over its proposal for digital ID, Labour MPs have said, and they've raised concerns about the impact on civil liberties and the costs. Yep. Common sense Richard Burden there, among others who have questioned the necessity of the IDs or whether the government could spend the money better. Yep. Liz Kendall says the digital ID will only be mandatory for employers to see on the rights to work checks as the government bids to clamp down on illegal working. Again, I've already said this. I said this last night, and I've said that I'm not going to tell you this now. It does not stop people working in the black market. There's a thing called cash in hand where you don't need to have any paperwork. Yeah? It's a thing called cash in hand. This does absolutely nothing to stop illegal working. Nothing at all. Meanwhile, Ms. Kendall added that for those who wanted to, it could improve access to public service. Meanwhile, individuals will not face sanctions, only employers, and the police would never demand to see the ID, Ms. Kendall said. This is a effing lie. I don't buy this whatsoever. She said the government had learned from countries such as Estonia and Denmark who had used the IDs already and allowed people to tell their stories once when dealing with public service. A consultation will begin before the end of the year. MPs heard her say, we're told any system will be built in-house. So it's in-house, in-state. Better be. When you look across other countries and what they're doing, it's really made government fit around people rather than make people fit into government. It's a different service. I think that's a huge benefit. However, Ms. Whittemore, not on the Meese, warned the government risks burning through political capital. Yeah, they're not exactly like they're not improving their numbers. Been evading the government's money. No worries, MH Kara. Thanks for popping in. Much appreciate it. I don't know how many doors I've knocked on in my last 12 years as a Labour member, but I do not know a single person has ever told me what they really need to improve their lives, their community, country. It's a mandatory digital ID. Yeah, that's because there's other things to prioritise on their minds. It won't tackle regular working, undermine civil liberties. It's divisive amongst the public, and it won't make a difference to people's lives. Exactly. Like, here's the thing. This is not the time to be talking about this, in my opinion. I said this last night. Ask Secretary of State, why are we doing this? Why are we burning political capital and public money on this instead of focusing on the issues that are really impacting our constituents? I worry this is another huge mistake. Again, and it's really important to emphasise as well, this was not in the Labour Party manifesto as well. So you have to remember that, you know, this is another policy that they've pulled out of their arse without actually, you know, out of thin bloody air, without actually telling us as well. Councillor lie in front of bulldozers. You saw that story yesterday. I'm glad we can talk about Brexit now, says West Streeting. Well, that's all well fucking good, but where the hell were you when we needed it? Also, let's hope you lose your seat. Sooner the better. Farage condemns Starmer's attack, which we talked about yesterday as well. Let's have a look at the front of UK here, what they've got here. David Coop pleads guilty to making indecent images of a child. Steve Reed criticised bans on women taking part in mosques fun run. Thousands of Costa Coffee outlets are offering £1 drinks today. Guys, girls. Thousands of Costa Coffee outlets are offering £1 drinks today. The offer lasts strictly for 1 day only. Can bag themselves a heavy discount on Cooper Coffee for 1 day only today, as a popular cafe chain runs a limited time offer. In partnership with Co-op, thousands of Costa Coffee machines will be dispensing popular drinks for just £1 on Monday. Oh, is it already over then? No, it's today, isn't it? Yeah, 1 day only today, yeah. Confused me. Over 50 drinks are included in the meaning, which is decaf tea, hot chocolate, and cold beverages can all cash in. The deal will mean significant savings for customers. Many of those bar drinks typically between $2.50 and $3.50. Guys, if you are travelling out anywhere today, go to a Costa Coffee, get yourself a £1 hot drink. If you like your tea, you like your coffee, you like your hot chocolate, it's £1 for today, guys. So if you can think of one, might as well, guys. What about the machines? It says here, thousands of Costa Coffee machines will be dispersing popular drinks for just £1 on Monday. So I'm not sure about today, but that's what it says there. Promotion is accessible to 1,400 co-op locations that house convenient Costa Express machines. So perhaps in a co-op, if you're in a co-op, guys. It's just customers wish to take advantage should note that the £1 price is valid is only for Tuesday and applies while stock lasts, basically. So, yeah. This exclusive deals, amazing savings. So yeah, just putting that plug in there, guys. Saving yourself a bit of money. Is that only in co-op stores though? I don't think so. Yeah, context really matters. In partnership co-op means we'll dispense being popular drinks for £1. Deals specifically say. The promotion is accessible to over 1,400 co-op locations that house convenient Costa Express machines. Part of the retailer's ongoing commitment to drive commitment price and affordable pricing. Okay, so if you have a co-op near you, the Costa Coffee machine should be £1. The shopper can find the nearest co-op. Okay, I think it has to be in a co-op. Oh, shoppers love a Costa. What I would do with normal Costa Coffee shops, just walk past them and see if there's a sign or anything, or any banner, is what I would say. Thousands of Costa Coffee outlets. So it's not all of them. It's not all of them. So yeah, I think it's co-op ones there. But yeah, free £1 for a £1 drink, guys. I said free there, it's not free. Sorry. What else I got here? TikTok influencer HS Tiki Toki arrested after manhunt. DVLA announces unexpected change on driving license application. Urgent do not eat. Recall of ice cream over undeclared incident. Oh, God. MI5 Ford's MPs are being targeted by Russia and China. So Michael Caine and Alan Shearer call for smacking ban. I've kind of been split minds about smacking, but you know, if we ban it, I'm not gonna cry wolf about it. Any other stories that we don't know about here? I bought flips Wall Street's on its head to turn 1,000 into 50,000 in a record 30 days. Okay, sure. Turn 1 grand to 50 grand. Yeah, just sign me up if there's no yeah, I'll give you the money, you give me 50,000, right? You're not gonna stab me in the back, yeah? Any other stories here? Pokemon. Yep, do miss my Pokemon days. After 250 I just stopped because there's too many nowadays. A surprise discovery made from 10,000-year-old teeth. Greenpeace threatens to sue Crown State for driving up energy prices. Good luck with that trial, because that's not going to go far. 2 inmates charged with murder after E. Wilkins died from prison. Don't get me wrong, like, I want the Crown to be paying for their fair share, but we know that's not going to happen. Car companies chose to cheat rather than follow law over emissions. Car makers go on trial over Dieselgate emissions cheat claim. Fresh fears for homeowners and buyers as mortgage cheat rates back up. Former teacher denies murder and sexual assault of a baby boy as well there. So those are some of the stories from the Independent. Got about 14 minutes left, guys. We've got a couple more websites we're going to be looking at as well. Just a reminder, again, I will be live at 6 o'clock today for Global News. So if you guys can join me for that, feel free to do so. Nobody's talking about banning lip smacking, says Peter M. No, I haven't heard about that one. May as well just make one at home. It's more likely a co-op offer rather than cost offer. Yeah. They should offer it to everyone. Yeah, it sounded good on paper. But yeah, if you do happen to go past a co-op, see if you can get a free, for £1 drink. If you don't go out of your way, and if you've got other important things to do, is what I will say. Let's see. BBC News here. Chris Mason, SNPs are the latest proof of things changing quickly in politics. Okay, sure. Powell made no decisions about evidence in China spy claim, minister says there. Target prostate cancer screenings could save countless lives, says Sunak. I hope so. I generally hope so. No, thank you. A targeted prostate cancer screening program for men at a higher risk could save countless lives, former Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has said. Of which is a Pardon's published a report of the cost and benefits of such an initiative. It focused on black men and those with a family history of prostate cancer who are aged 45 to 69. Sunak says the converge of the urgency of introducing such a program is believed to be affordable and deliverable. Some medical experts are skeptical about the value of screening, arguing there is a risk patients will be treated for the cancer unnecessary. Prostate cancer research estimates that the screening program would involve an MRI scan, a PSA, prostate-specific AGen, blood tests and biopsy would cost $25 million a year, or about £18 per patient, similar to bowel and breast cancer screening. It assumes 20% of eligible men, which there are an estimated 1.3 million in the UK, would be invited annually with a 72% uptick rate. Diagnostic activity scans and biopsies will need a rise by 23%, with only a modest increase in NHS staff, in the charity said. Prostate is a walnut-shaped bladder. Naturally grows with age, but sometimes can become cancerous when cells grow in an uncontrolled way. Prostate cancer can be symptomless in the early stages. Asked whether he might have done more while in Down Street to push the case for prostate cancer screening. Sunak's testing had become more reliable through the use of MRI scans. He said, "I've had friends and family have been impacted by it, thankfully, and not lost their lives, but that's partly made me aware that why it's so important that we can catch it early. So doctors are so brilliantly now at treating if you can catch it early. Which just like men, including myself, were often shy of coming forward with discussing health issues. That's why a proactive targeting screening program can make a difference to help saving lives. More than 58,000 men were diagnosed with prostate cancer in England alone in 2024, a 9% increase in 2023. The latest figures from the National Prostate Cancer Audit had shown." Okay, guys, you're going to have to give me 1 second because I have to let someone in the door. This is very, very... Literally just opened the door for her and just came back up. Yeah, I really hope, like, any kind of cancer is an abomination. I cannot imagine what it's like for people that have prostate cancer and the treatment that people have to go through for that. I can't imagine what that's like for them. What else we got here? Reeves urged to avoid half-baked tax fixes in budget. Yeah, I feel like she's going to do half-baked ideas for that. No plan to send UK troops to monitor Gaza ceasefire, says Cooper. I hope not. I hope not. Let's check the front of UK, see what they're saying here. How one of the longest dinosaur trackways in the world was uncovered in the UK. They roamed the Earth 166 million years ago. Now a window into their prehistoric past is being revealed in an Oxfordshire quarry. Interesting. Cyber attacks constituency plans should be put on paper, firms told. Tens of thousands of homes isolated under the government schemes need repairs. Following his work in 2023. Government schemes aimed at cutting energy use by insulating homes were botched on a vast scale. Spending watchdog has found leaving tens of thousands of homes in need of remedial work. According to the National Audit Office, 98% of homes had external wall insulation installed under the schemes set up by the previous government. Had problems that will lead to damp and mould if left unaddressed. Nearly a third, or 29% of the homes that were given internal insulation, also needed fixing, it said. Energy Consumer Minister Martin McCluskey said the government was taking action and that homes would be fixed at no cost to the consumer. Mohammed Mandi, who had external wall insulation fitted into his Luton home 2 years ago, is living with the consequences. External insulation involves insulation boards being fitted into the exterior brickwork of a house with renders, then applied to make it waterproof. It goes wrong when rainwater becomes trapped behind it. Some mornings I wake up breathing really, really heavy. I feel it in my neck, I feel it in my lungs. He said, that's really bad for his lungs. BBC first reported the impact of the faulty insulation into Luton last year. I'm still fighting to get the problem fixed. We got a scheme done that was meant to be helping us, but it's made everything worse. Jesus, that's terrible. I have to say bye. I got an early doctor's appointment. No worries, Scott. Hope it goes well for you. Generally mean that. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Is it about prolonging the lives of aging Tory memberships of Russell Cannon? Honestly, I don't wish the death upon anyone, even Conservatives, if I'm honest, Russell. I'm just too nice of a guy. But generally, people with prostate, I know, generally prostate cancer, I just want people to avoid any and all cancers in some way, shape or form. You know, I shared a while ago about somebody close to me who had cancer and beat it. Thank God. Very, very close to me. And I don't ever want to go through that again. But I am fearful about it happening again. I know you're not being serious, Russell. I know you're not being serious. It's okay about the Tory membership there. The NAO reports focus on the work carried out between 2022 and the start of 2025 on two specific schemes, ECO4 and the Great British Insulation Scheme. 2022, the previous government directed energy companies to spend billions of pounds, raise via levies on energy bills and insulating homes across the UK, targeting people receiving benefits and those on very poorly insulated homes. However, the NAO found that they were clear failures in the design of the energy company's obligation scheme, which resulted in poor quality insulation and suspicion of fraud. The companies who did this basically did this on a botch, so they can make more money for themselves then. This wasn't companies who are very serious about doing their job here. Gareth Davis, head of the NAO, said it's now up to the Department of Energy Security and Net Zero to ensure business responsible repair all affected homes as quickly as possible. Must also reform the system so that it cannot happen again, it said. Yeah, the companies who are responsible for this, they need to pay fully out of their own pocket for this. And if not, they should be taken to court or even criminal damage, because this is affecting people's lives. No, there should be criminal action taken against them if they don't legal as they possibly can against these companies who are responsible for it. Got about 6 minutes, so let's just quickly run through some of these stories. Vodafone says outage affected thousands of customers resolved. New legislation on Trouble's legacy deal set to be introduced in Northern Ireland. Undercover officer played a role in Stephen Lawrence's inquiry clashes. Would be drivers to be encouraged to donate blood, which I will be doing again. I can't remember when my next blood donation. I got it on the calendar, but yeah, I did give some, didn't I, guys? Let's switch to Sky News because we got a couple minutes. Haven't got much time, so let's see what Sky News are saying here. I'm going to refresh the page, see what it says. Keir Starmer to face MPs after China spy trial collapse. He's to give a Middle East statement today. Keir Starmer is. Budget is make or break. Chancellor has been warned. Has Kemi stamp duty pledge flopped? It's appealed to some Conservative voters because there was a slight boost in some polls for the Conservatives. It's just trying to hold on to the voters that they have, really, aren't they? UK played vital role in Gaza peace deal. No, it didn't. I don't really buy that, to be honest. I mean, they may have done some things behind closed doors, but I don't think so personally. Front page of the UK here. Woman raped and robbed by 2 men. Has it got the colour of their skin? Robbed in Camden. Absolutely horrible. The woman was attacked in the building in Falklands Village, Main Street, between 8 p.m. and on the 5th of October. Police Scotland said the women did not require medical treatment. The suspect was described as right around 6 feet tall and both spoke with a Scottish accent. Yeah, is Reform UK going to come out like and all the seriousness, like my heartfelt condolences to the woman who has been attacked here, yeah? But is Reform UK, like, are we going to hear from Scottish Reform politicians going to call this out? Are we going to hear them say anything about this? You know, are they going to say anything? No? Let's check should we check their Twitter, guys? Probably be silent. Leave heating on low all day and use when needed. Debate settled. I'm sure that I said that yesterday. Britain detained in Iran, moved to prison where husband is being held, says son. What's he doing in Iran? What's he doing there? What is he doing in Iran? Last one, guys, from The Guardian here. I'm 58 and I've never been invited for a prostate check, says Russell. Prostate cancer kills both male and female folks. Starmer to face MPs amid continued pressure over collapse of Chinese spy trial. UK labour market shows sign of stabilising after job losses. That sounds good. Unemployment rises slightly to 4.8%, but ONS says falls in payroll numbers and vacancies are levelling off. Britain's employment market showing signs of stabilising after a sharp rise in job losses earlier this year, blamed on tax rises introduced by Rachel Reeves. Chancellor prepares for 26 November budget. Figures from the Office of National Statistics shows unemployment rates rose to 4.8% in 3 months to August, up from 4.7% in July. Excuse me. City Economics had forecast the rate to remain unchanged. I'm getting reflux right now, so apologies. I'm going to take Gaviscon when I finish the live stream, guys. There's no family history of it, so perhaps that's why. Perhaps, maybe. You should, if you can. I'm assuming there's like something you can sign up to get a free check. I'm assuming. I'm assuming, Russell. I mean, you could always just Google and see. It's worth asking. It's worth looking into if you can. You never know. You just never know with these things. Yeah, so some positive numbers there from the looks like it for the Labour government. The Labour MPs call on Rachel Reeves to scrap council tax. Need to do something because people are struggling. I'll tell you what, if they scrap council tax, it would be quite a big bold move. But then what are they going to replace it with? You know, because they're going to want to reclaim the money from somewhere else. Rachel Reeves confirmed changes to outdated planning system. Almost all external installations fitted. Yeah, we talked about that already. Any other stories here? Human rights officials urge UK to review laws after Palestinian action placard arrests. Yes, we've been saying this for ages. Counter-terrorism laws must place unnecessary limits on fundamental rights. Michael Anthony tells Shabima Mahmood. Europe's most senior human rights official calls Shabima Mahmood to review UK's protest after mass arrest on the ban of Palestine action. Yep. They need to undo this. They need to undo this. They need to undo this. This is not helping. We've said this before, and this says this again every single day. So many innocent people are being rounded up ridiculously, unnecessarily. Just overturn it. Like, it's just ridiculous. Front of the UK here. Trans people at risk of exclusion from many UK public places. Right experts say yes, they are. They are going to be excluded here because of this bollocks. I'm not going to read into it, guys. Tesco steps up UK sales as Asda struggles amid rising inflation. We're almost out of time. Right to protesters under restraint attack in the West report fines. Yep. Human rights groups call for France to suspend the one-in, one-out treaty with the UK. Yeah, it's not really worked, has it, to be fair? Any other stories worth looking at here? No. Let's have a quick look at the front main page of them, see what they're saying here. Red Cross warns of massive challenge in remaining bodies of hostages as key truth issues. Key truth issues remain. Yep, there's still issues to be remained. Towns may have to be abandoned due to floods with a million more homes in Great Britain. That was back in February 2020, just for reference there. So those are some of the stories there from the Guardian guys. So let me just have a quick look what you guys are saying in the chat. Did get invited for the bowel cancer screening program a couple of times, and those came back clear. Oh, it's good to hear, Russell. I'm glad there. There was a campaign for lots of celebrities for prostate cancer awareness. It must have worked a little. Wonder why it have stopped. Yeah, they should try and ramp that up again. They should try to just close all the tax avoidance loopholes. Problem solved. Says Fred. Yeah, they should do that. Would definitely go a long way. That would definitely go a long way. Right, guys, we have come to the end of the Good Morning Show. I want to say thank you to everyone to come along. Thank you for those who gave super chats and gifted memberships today. Really appreciate your support, guys. Apologies for having to sneezing and for having to run down and literally open the door for someone. But it had to be done. Just so you guys know, again, I'll be live in about 6 hours' time for the global news. So if you can join me for that, feel free to do so. I'm going to go and have lunch, and I recommend you guys get some lunch too. Enjoy the rest of your days, whatever you guys are doing. But before I head out, if you can, for me on your way out, please hit that like button. We greatly appreciate. Share this across social media. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please consider subscribing. Help me get to 2,500 subscribers by the end of the year. I'd like to hit that goal, and only you guys can help me do that. Best way to do that is by hitting the like button, sharing it across social media, all that stuff, guys. Leaving comments in my videos, if you can do that as well, be greatly appreciated. I will at some point get back to doing lots of posts as well. I know I've been behind on a few bits this week, but it's obviously just been a lot going on right now. But thank you guys all for coming on again. I really do appreciate it as well. And do check out Rumble and Patreon as well. There's going to be content dropping free at 12 o'clock every day, Monday to Friday, on those platforms as well. Link for them are in the description down below as well. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very soon.